Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 6, where I have actually managed to fix the issue I was having with stuttering. As you can see, I've done a little bit of playing on West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle, or West Coast Main Line over Shap, which is a very detailed route. And I didn't get any stuttering. Found out the reason for the stuttering, DirectX needed an update, and Windows didn't bother telling me that. So, what I'm going to do is, well, we'll do another nuclear run. I feel like we're going to do the shorter one first. 35 minutes. That should be should be a decent length run, especially with me going into photo mode to get screenshots. And it should also mean that there's less memory needed. I will keep an eye on the frame rates throughout this, but when I did a test, I was getting high 20s up to 50 at one point, so should be back to almost stutter free. Soon find out, because it's just about to load in. Here we go. Berkeley CEGB to Sellafield. 6 Mike 56. Ooh, snow. Okay, welcome aboard 6 Mike 56, heading for British nuclear fuel site at Sellafield. You'll only be with us for the short run up to Carnforth today. Okay, make sure everything's switched on. Lights are on. Key on. Make sure that's not isolated. Okay. Put it into forward. Open my window so I can hear the engine. Before we go, we are on Sir William Burrell with a Scotty dog. 47562 with 47454 at the rear, and it's snowy. Strangely, there isn't any snow on the 9086. There should actually be snow covering that, considering that the diesels have got snow on their roof apart from by the exhaust. Okay, what I want to do is go there and get screenshot. And we'll look on this side as well, see if that's not too bad. Don't think there's anything else in the station. There's a couple of coaches. Those are brake coaches acting as parcels. There's a 47 over there. 47456. There's the train that's just left. Those parcels coaches have not got anything coupled up to them. Let's see what's on the front of this one, which is kicking up a bit of snow dust. This will be going up to Carlisle more than likely, because it's an express. And it has an 87, so yes, it's definitely going up to Carlisle. 87008, City of Liverpool. First time I've seen that one on this route. It's got a Intercity liveried XBG, because they changed the thing to NHA. And then several Mark 1s. Ooh, the cars in the car park have got snow on them. I haven't played this route in the snow, so it's nice to see that everything gets snow on it. There's an 08 and another 47. And the Orange Army. The 08 is 08912. And the 47, 47466. We'll go that angle. The 08's got its shunting lights on. The white and red. Though it hasn't got anyone in it at the moment. And I don't think there's anything else in the station. No. Nothing down here. Or here. Just these coaches. And my Class 47 FNA and Class 47 formation. Don't think there's anything down the south. I'll have a look. Does look gorgeous with this light. And I'm running at 23, 24 frames a second. It's not struggling now. So it was definitely DirectX that needed updating. Doesn't look like there's anything down here. No. Okay, we'll carry on. Put the brake to initial. So that when we get the signal we can set off. We've got a speed limit of 60 miles an hour. As always with these wagons. Don't need the wide because it's not actually snowing. Just making sure everything is done that needs doing. Turn those lights on, and just in case we go into any tunnels between here and Carnforth, I can't remember if we do or not. You're permitted up to 60 miles per hour on this surface. Take it away when you're ready. Brake off. As soon as the brake's fully released, we'll start moving. There we go. I'm just crawling out. Even though we've got a 20 mile an hour speed limit in Preston Station. We're basically doing a reverse of the one I did last Friday. Friday before last even. Oh, I can't remember. The one that... I was having difficulty with and thinking it was the wagons that were causing it. As you can see, it's not the wagons causing the issues. It was DirectX. I only discovered that it was DirectX by loading up another game that used DirectX, and it said DirectX needed updating. So I updated DirectX and this now runs. So I'm happy. The really good thing is I've got the detail on Ultra. So it is full detail. Oh, 15 miles an hour because we're going over points. A little bit of stuttering here. Not as much as I was having before. It's probably because of that Class 87, which is... which one? Velocity. It's another one I've not seen before. This locomotive was named on 16th of October 1985 by Matthew Ricks, aged 10, winner of the BBC TV Superstore Name a Locomotive competition. Cool! That was named by a 10-year-old. I might get a screenshot of that plaque and nameplate. In fact, I will, but I'll go on this side because the light's better on this side. How close can I get before it loses? There we go. Ooh, can go inside the engine bay, look. Well, not exactly engine bay. Let's pretend I'm the guard on this. I'm leaning out. Does that work? Some of these ideas for angles came from Friday's video where I was doing a royal train. Okay, second man, why are you looking over there? I was driving the royal train on... Okay, where's the driver? You're driving a mainline train from the wrong cab. You're mad. Has this got red light on the back? I just thought. No, should really have one. Wonder if I can put a red lamp on that lamp bracket. Let's soon find out. Go into camera 3. No, I can't put a lamp bracket on. Lamp on there. Can I put one on there? Not on there. Where's another one? Okay, let's go back in the cab. It's a nice early morning run. There's the cathedral with its massive spire. And we will now get up to 60 miles an hour. Ooh, you're wearing a BR jacket. Let's turn that on. That adds extra light if we do go into a tunnel. I honestly can't remember if there's a tunnel on this part of the line or not. I know there is further north. I just don't know if there is down here. Or I can't remember. Find out at some point. Got a red signal ahead. So I'm gonna have to stop by the look of it. Hence me cutting power to gone to. I don't think I'll be getting up to 60 at any point if I'm following another train. Doesn't really matter. We don't have a strict timetable to get to Carnforth, look. It's just any time to get there. Just have to make sure that the signals, well, I can see them, that's single yellow at the moment. Gone to double yellow, which is what I want. So we're following a relatively slow train by the look of it. But that class 87 should be able to do up to 110. It's not 60 along here. Hopefully, if I don't accelerate too fast, there'll come a point where the signals will start going green. Which will be better. It's nice being able to play this route without it being like a slideshow. Yes, there's odd bits of stuttering, but not as bad as had before updating DirectX. So I seem to have fixed things. There we go, signals are now going green. Because I'm not rushing. Anything behind me will have to wait. Go up my speed. "23 miles to Carnforth." We should be passing another train soon because it's stuttered to load in one. What I'm doing is looking ahead to see if there is one, but there isn't at the moment. So we're going downhill slightly, cut the power. green signal. By the time we get to the next signal, the one ahead of it will have gone green as well. Just gonna coast along at 60 miles an hour. No, that would be a good spot. If I get the camera at that angle. Unfortunately, there's a OHLE mast in the way, but unless I go there. Yeah, that works. You have to be a bit further away to be able to get the snow blow effect. Which is a shame, but it is understandable. I do like the old overhead warning flashes. They're so much better than these ones. There's a few things on this that are interesting. I've never really looked at it. It's actually quite cool. It is a highly detailed model. You've got the checker plate. You've got all the ribbing on the external. Oh, that's locked. Interesting. What about on the other end? Other side. Also has a padlock on it. Designed so it can't be tampered with. And then, don't know what that's. Can't tell what that is. But each of these has got locks on them. There's a lot of information panels that sorry, didn't mean to yawn. Ensure cover is locked both sides before transit. Well, yes, it's got padlock on. There's a lot of details on this that you wouldn't expect to see. And it's using the loco coupling. What about at the other end? Is it using my loco? No. Other end it's using the... Why am I... Yeah, other end it's using the wagon coupling. Let's carry on. Probably see another train anytime soon. In fact, there's one. It's a steel train with an 87 on the front. And the 87 is Howard of Effingham, 87015. The snow effects on the locos and stock is pretty good. You've even got it on the top of these steel coils. You can see it goes slightly in round the spiral. There's little bits on top of the checker plate. There we go. And we'll carry on. Okay. "21 miles to Carnforth now. As I said, I will be going into photo mode a fair bit, because this route is gorgeous, and you get better screenshots if you go in photo mode. Screenshots that can be made to look real. A little bit on the throttle just to get back up to 60. Trying not to slow down too much. Ooh, a little tunnel. Back at 60. I should leave the engine on tick over while we're going downhill. There's another train. It is 87021. Robert the Bruce. With the driver in the back cab again. See, no driver. That doesn't work. How about a head-out view? And of course, I've got a green signal. Will you? That's better. Shows the signal better. I hit the wrong button. Ah well, we're carrying on. I wanted to get a screenshot of the signal. And I hit the wrong button. Past a farm. Okay. Coming up to a signal. I want to get a photo or a screenshot of the green signal, and when we get to Carnforth, a red signal. So, there's the green signal. See if I can get one. I've done it again! At least I can... That's what I wanted to do. It's now gone red, so I'll get the red signal now and get the green signal. That's what I wanted to do, and also be able to take that off. I just hit the wrong button on the controller. But do it from... No, it doesn't work from that angle. That works as well. Get the whole signal in view. Okay. Now I need a green signal. Which should be the next signal. Is that the M6? Looks like it. Could go into that view. Yes, that is the M6. Okay. I don't like being in that view for long. I'm just so used to not hearing AWS alarms and things like that when I'm in external views. Right. Get the green signal. Hit the right button this time to take that off. And get the signal in green. Too close. Signal seems to be more... Or the green signal seems to be more oversaturated. There. That's all I wanted. We are actually paralleling the M6 here. And the cars are going slower than we are. But there isn't many cars on there, so why are they going so slow? That's weird. Don't normally expect it that slow. Now they've got the signal screenshots, I don't need to go into camera mode until we come to another train. It'd be nice if we got a Class 101. That's likely to be between Lancaster and Carnforth. So, a little bit of time before then. Some nice buildings. Oh, there's a train. It's an 87 on... or two 87s on containers. We've got Sir Richard Arkwright, North Britain. Sir Richard Arkwright is 08 or 87 026, and North Britain 87 020. And then it's got a long train. And that's got the wagon coupler. Do like that snow effect. Looks so good. It's a nice house. With a swing set in the garden. And frozen laundry. And then over here, got a factory of some sort. Because it's got pallets and boxes and all that lot. Yep, definitely a factory. But it's right next to houses. I wonder why that one's for sale. Maybe it's because it's right next to a factory. Ooh, you can see inside the greenhouse, which is completely empty. And then more factories. Cement mixers. These ones are being built. Cool. They're in the process of being built. Commercial waste bins. Marland. Never heard of them. And 4D. But they all have the same number plate. That's a nice factory. And over there, beyond where the camera can go, is the M6. And then another village. This route is gorgeous. There's so much detail on it. I mean, you wouldn't expect things like that. New factories being built. Old sleepers. Oh, carry on. Otherwise this video will take forever. We've gone past the new build factory, but just coming to the end of the other factories. Let's see what the next train we pass will be. As I said, it'd be nice to go past a 101. Here we go, uphill now. So I need to leave the engine at 26%. Or the throttle at 26%. No, I don't. Otherwise I'd be speeding. This will start slowing down pretty quickly. Because we're going up a gradient. But I don't mind. I can accelerate again when it gets down to 56. More factories. under-level crossing. Occupation crossing. This is the bit where we go over the 2-level crossings between Lancaster and Carnforth. We've got Hest Bank crossing, and then the one that I don't know the name of. That'll be some fun screenshots. That farm's got tractors in it. We're moving away from the M6 at the moment. There's some old rails in the middle of the line there, and then I'll cut the left there. We have 13 miles to go. Over a viaduct. So I'm going to have a look at what this viaduct looks like. That's a nice road bridge. As is the railway bridge. It's got strengthening things. That is a low bridge. That is a very low bridge. Let's go into advance. Is there another one over this side? No, but there is workers' steps. Track worker steps to get up onto the track. And there's a old rail. Caravans. Static caravans, I should say. So that's a static caravan park. Or was at the time that this route is set. See how far over here I can go. See if it shows the name. That's the community built, or the building where all the fun happens. There's the river again. Looking at where this river is, these caravans would have had to have come in under that bridge. Because there's no way over the river. How would they get caravans under that railway bridge? That's the only way in. There isn't a road bridge over the river. There's no way those caravans would get under that bridge. Somehow, I think it's been... the road's a bit too high in-game. That's a good angle. Okay, we'll carry on. Past all these houses, a couple of bungalows. Throttle again. There's another farm. Should really be paying attention to what's going on in front of me, but I'm enjoying the scenery. As I've said, this is an absolutely stunning route. It originally came out for Train Sim World 5, and we're going past an 87 on an express. The 87 is Clock of the North. Seen that one a few times in scenarios. Number 22. The driver's at the correct end this time though, look. Hello! And we are leaning into the curve. There is super elevation on this route as well, which is brilliant. So you get the tilt as you go around a curve, and then transitions to a straight. It is quite realistic in that respect. Some of the things aren't 100% realistic. But it's as realistic as you can get in a game, which is why I like it. Something else is loaded in. I have no idea what. I will soon find out. Down to 12 miles to Carnforth. Okay, a little bit of power because we were slowing down. Currently on level track. Looks like we might be catching up to the train that's in front of us. Which would be a bit weird. The train in front of us is meant to be an express. This is an old station. No idea what station it would be, but it's an old station. miles an hour, 11 miles to go. Take about 18 minutes in-game time. Longer in real life because of me going into photo mode quite a bit. That just gives the best views for screenshots. Oh, sorry. I am recording this relatively late in the day. It's nearly 5 o'clock on the day I'm recording it, and as usual, I record in advance. just gives me a chance to have a break if I need it. I am planning on, during the Easter school holidays, getting a couple of months worth recorded over the 2 weeks. Basically so that I can not stress. Friday's video will not be a train sim one. That will be the second of my model railway ones, where I'm going to build the Metcalfe brewery kit. Hopefully the glue I'm ordering will have arrived in time for me to film it, and it will be a fairly long video because it's quite a complex kit. There are 3 printed sheets and then an extra strengthener sheet, plus windows. I should have found my scissors by the time I do the recording for that as well. So instead of using my craft knife to cut them, I'll use scissors to cut the windows. Use my craft knife to cut the rest out of the cardboard backing, because you can't really use scissors on that. Ooh, we're down to 7.7 miles from Carnforth. Still got to go through Lancaster, which, if I remember rightly, is not that far away from here. It's nice getting pretty consistent frame rates in the 20s, with only the occasional stutter when it loads something new in. Like that. And that even that didn't bring it. This has brought it down. That's something loading in. It's only when it loads in other trains that I'm getting stuttering at the moment. So that's... ooh, I'm speeding. First time I've sped in a while. First time I've sped on this scenario. There we go. Hopefully that will not penalise me much. Squealy, squealy, squealy. Speeding up again. Going downhill, obviously. Let's go onto that brake, because that can keep me at a steady speed without applying the entire train brake. There's Goods Loop on the right, we are now at Lancaster. There's the castle. The loco brakes a little bit. We're just going straight through the bypass, which is the centre lines here. Anything in the station? Nothing over there. Nothing on my side. What about in the bay? Nothing in the bay. Wow. There's the gasometer. Point that out almost every time. But I always point it out. That's the thing. There's a chimney. With no Fred Dibner. Okay, I can have a bit more power now. Over the river. This is a gorgeous viaduct. I don't think I've shown it on any of the videos yet, but it's quite nice going over this river. One thing I haven't looked at, is it a church? No, it's a cathedral, it's not a castle. It's just the light making it look like a church, like a castle. There's that chimney. They haven't modelled the bit from the factory into the chimney. How close to that cathedral can I get, or church, whatever it is? It's not a castle. It's the wrong shape to be a castle. How close can I get? That's the church or cathedral. There. That's actually quite impressive. Can I get a decent shot? And then that's a stately home of some sort. It's not a proper castle. And it won't let me get anywhere near it. That's annoying. Oh, it is a castle. Can't go inside of it. But I can go around it and look. Yeah, it's a castle. Castle with a church right next. Oh, I can't go near it. I can't go over there. Go look there. There's a few nice houses. Then you've got the windows on the more recent edition. This side. Ooh, I'm above a building. And my train's all the way over there on the viaduct. That's a good view of the church. Or cathedral, whatever it is. Let's carry on, shall we? Over motorway again? Or was that the first time? Oh, I can't remember. 5.3 miles. We have the junction for the Morecambe branch, which isn't that far away, and then 2 level crossings before we get to Carnforth. My mind went blank then. Over a little bridge. There's another farm over there. There's a Dutch barn. Dutch barns are the ones where you just get the roof supported by 4, usually metal pillars. The sides are open. Don't ask me how I know that. Because I'm going to tell you, when I was younger, I was heavily into farms and farm machinery. So, I know what different buildings are, different types of farm machinery from the 80s and 90s. Oh, we're speeding again. It's because we're going downhill. Here's the junction. Off that way is Morecambe. Just over there is Bear Lane. My train kicking up snow. Get a screenshot. What's this? Ooh, junction cabinets. You can see that the overhead stops, so anything going to Morecambe has to be diesel powered. Loads of sleepers. Old sleepers, because some of them are rotten. Shall we carry on? I think we should. A little bit of braking. The northerly part of the Morecambe branch is just there. Just about to run parallel with us until we get to Hest Bank. Something's loading in. Yep, here's Hest Bank. Go under the 1-foot bridge. There's Morecambe Bay on the left. And Morecambe's all the way down there. And there's Hestbank Crossing, which is what I want to get screenshots of my Class 47 going through, if it'll let me. Because it's decided to just freeze at the moment. You're gonna let me? I just wanted one of it coming onto the crossing. Take that down. Be on the road. That should be single. But at least they've got detail on them, which is more than some. Nowadays they'd be replaced with LED heads. Can I go into the signal box? I've never noticed that. Every signal box, not just the ones with collectibles, but everyone. Okay, it does have a collectible. And it's a collectible that I have had, so I must have forgotten. What I want is a shot like that. There's no point levers. All it does... Ew. All this does is control the crossing. That's it. Oh, it doesn't. It's also... It's electric points as well. Because there's the... Next one's Bolton Les Sands. Next crossing. Okay. Nice to know. That's how the signals and points are controlled. There's the signalman's lunch. Banana and a pie of some sort. Radio. He can look at any cars coming up the road and coming down that bit of the road. Let's advance to get the nuclear flask in shot. And then, oh, we've got to go out through the door, haven't we? Ooh. Oh no, it's the chair. The chair is... weird. And a leather chair, so he can sit down comfortably and relax in the brief moments between trains. That's a different view. I haven't done that one before. And then there. Oh, I'm going to carry on. Go to Bolton Les Sands. The next level crossing. Ooh, sewage farm. See them quite a lot on these routes, strangely enough. Switch the engine to on, but still idling. Get it to 60. So we're on level track. Out into the open countryside. And just up here is Poulton Le Sands level crossing. Ooh, we got some yellow signals. Here's the level crossing. This is the one where I can get creative with my angles. I can do the road like that. That one's working properly. I can do the other side of the road like that. And I can pretend to be on the bridge. Halfway up. That's telecommunication cable, otherwise it wouldn't be that close to where people can reach over. And then over here. I hit the wrong button. GPU was really working at the moment. Didn't notice that, and now it's just dropped back down to low. So there's a lot of detail around that level crossing that's only visible, or only goes into ultimate detail when you go into photo mode. Interesting to know. Let's have a little bit of throttle because we're going uphill slightly. And I want to get up to 60 again. We've only got a mile and a bit to go before we get to Carnforth, which is where this scenario ends. Something is loading in. I don't know what, but something is loading in. Okay, we've got a red signal for Carnforth. We have to stop prior to the station. That doesn't bother me too much. Is that another train? No, because we turn off to the right slightly. Start applying brakes. I'm using the loco brakes. And train brakes. Bring the speed down a lot quicker. Hopefully we'll stop before the signal. There's an intercity liveried 47. And we are still going too fast. Oh, signal's changed. Still nothing in Carnforth Steamtown. Which is a shame, because it'd be nice if they could put locos in there. $15 miles an hour here, 10 miles an hour into the station. There's the coaling tower. Cenotaph coaling tower. It's actually quite a famous speed down. Oh, we're going into the bypass line. Hence the 10 miles an hour. Okay. Interesting. There's a Class 110 arriving from Leeds. Get a picture like that, because that's cool. And then have a look at this 110 that's arriving. Where is it? Just up here. Where's that heading? Nowhere. Oh no. Morecambe is where it's heading. It hadn't loaded in. There is a scenario where you get to drive one of these from here to Morecambe via Lancaster and return. I might do a video on it now that I've got, or a video of it now that I've got this working properly. That shows that it's a flat bottom rail on this route. There's the coaling tower, or the Cenotaph coaling tower. There's the ash tower. Ash would be put into that, then lifted up and emptied into wagons. The water tower is amazing here. Carnforth was sheds in the days of steam anyway, but the fact that the water tower remained when it closed to steam, because it was a visitor centre. There's a yard crane. There's graffiti on the back of... Oh no, it's not, it's plants. Thought it was graffiti. That's a nice little building. Don't know what it would be for. There's the main sheds, now used by West Coast Railway Company. Those are spoked wheels and disc wheels. Danger, overhead live wires. Don't see any. What do you mean when we go out onto the main line? There's a barrel, dented. As I said, they could put steam engines in this. By now, most people have got the steam routes. You've got propane and butane there. Wouldn't normally put them between the rails. More carriage wheels, disc wheels. Another barrel. And wire, cable, drum even. Then you've got the main signal box for Carnforth. Carnforth Station Junction. And once again you can go inside. This one I am positive doesn't have a collectible. Oh, obviously it does, and I have been in. I just hadn't noticed. Okay, you can come out of that window. But you can I go through that window? Yes. Okay. The other signal box is all the way down here. Beyond the... There's more caravans. More beyond the limits of Steamtown. There's a river and bridge. There it is. There's the other signal box. Which, like the others, you can go in. Because this one's got collectibles. Or had, I should say. There we go. More mints. And it's a lovely location for a signal box. Just being able to see all that lot. Anyway, we'll get to the end of this scenario. Got 196 yards to go. We'll switch to train brake so that we stop as close to the stop point as possible. And then we'll see how well I did. I was about to start applying power. I need a little bit, otherwise I'll just stall out on this curve. Okay, what's causing you to stutter? There we go. Thanks for assisting today. Hopefully we'll see you on more runs like this soon. This was meant to be the first of the 3 runs. I decided to do the Morecambe to Preston one first. But this has been quite enjoyable. I haven't been stressed. I got a platinum medal. I drove a total of 27.26 miles. No walking. Time taken 34.55 minutes in game. So that was actually slightly less than it said. I lost 195 action points for speeding, but distance driven I got 3,815. Used safety systems 3,270. Accuracy bonus 160. So I got a platinum medal. We're not going to do the next one until probably next week to do part 3 of the vintage nuclear flasks. I don't know what I'm going to do for Wednesday's video as of yet. As I've said, Friday I'm going to be doing my kit building again, which will be the brewery, and that will most likely be a long video because it will take me some time. I may edit it to cut down some of it, but I want to try and show it as it's being built. So I might actually cut it all out in advance and then start recording, because that'll be easier. I will have to think about it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the videos. Enjoy the screenshots, and until the next video, have a great time and be seeing you.